Hey guys, Maimuna here. I am super excited about this mini course that I just finished recording. If you don't know me, by the way, I'm a relationship coach, and I'm going to be talking about the 4 habits that chip away at relationships to the point of destruction. This course is like an ode to my clients. This is a course that they didn't realize they needed, but they absolutely do. So, certain themes keep coming up over and over and over again for my clients. So, number one, they're a lot of times they're asking themselves, should I stay? Should I go? Or they're asking a version of that question, right? How much distance is enough distance? Like too much distance? What is it me? Is it them? If you're having any kind of doubts about like certain relationships, especially long-term ones, and you're kind of reevaluating what you need to do with someone, this course will be really, really helpful for you. And then another theme that keeps coming up is that oftentimes when my clients are talking about their relationships, they're talking about their relationships in the form of story, right? I met this person, these things were good, then they do this thing and they keep doing this thing, and this is a pattern, and I hate when they do that. And it's a story. We're not used to talking about relationships in the form of habit. We don't, that's not how we think of habits, like things like you put on a checklist, right? Flossing, exercising, eating right, those kind of things. We don't really think of our intangible relationship habits as habits. And so the way that this comes up for my clients is that they tell me, like, if you knew my situation, they feel like if I explain the situation and this story up here, that what they do and how they react to what is happening is completely logical. And I have to say, hold on, wait up, take a minute. Actually, the research shows that all of our decisions in any given day, 45 to 90% of those decisions are made based on habit, not based on logic. So at least half of the time that you're popping off at your partner or whatever it is, or your kid, you're doing it out of habit, not because it's logical, not because they're the problem. This is partly your habit, and then there's the other person. So when they're trying to resolve these kind of issues, like, okay, I want to do a little bit of self-confrontation, I want to help train myself to have better habits, I want to break old habits, even in the form of relationships, they're like, well, how do I do that? Fine, I know I shouldn't pop off, I know I should do these things, but how do I actually change? In this mini course, we're going to actually be talking about how to do that based on habit research, not necessarily relationship research. I treat these relationship habits as if they were mundane habits. And we take the discoveries of like neuroscience on how to make and break habits, and we apply them to relationships. And it's a little tricky to do that, but we talk about how you can do that even within your relationships. If you're finding like you can't get yourself to do the right thing in the heat of the moment, this is going to absolutely be helpful for you. And the third person that this is for is if you're in long-term relationships in general. A lot of times, long-term relationships, over time, your bonds do get stronger. They aren't so fragile, right? But at the same time, the hurts can get stronger. And we get into a situation where we do need to change certain things. And there's a dynamic there that is stuck, and we just feel stuck. And also, like, the conversations, like a fight or a conflict doesn't necessarily end up being better. It ends up making the relationship messier. It ends up making all those topics feel touchier, right? And so if you're kind of stuck, if you're asking yourself, how did I get here? And how do I keep getting here? Especially a lot of times this really applies for parent-child as well. It's like there's a small little fight and it spiraled out of control. And if this keeps coming up, and it's come up enough times, especially in long-term relationships, this training is for you. So those are the 3 people. Number 1, people who are like, should I stay? Should I go? Is it me? Is it them? Number 2, if you're trying to like do a little bit of self-confrontation and help yourself change your personal habits. And then number 3, if a small conflict turns out to be a big thing, this training is for you. So I hope to see you on the other side. And by the way, if you are on YouTube, you'll get the link to this training in the description box. And if you're on Instagram, it's down in the comments. And I will see you later. Bye.